Well, a very good evening, good afternoon, good morning to some of you. Depends whether you're watching this live tonight. This is Thursday, the 14th of August, or you might be watching a recording as well. We're here to share some very valuable information about a platform called AURUM Foundation. I do not work for this company. I'm not paid by the company to present the information. I'm totally independent. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not your financial advisor. I can't give you any advice in that respect. But it's always prudent, I would say, to consult a professional when making any, I suppose, business decision or investment decision. It's always um, prudent to go and to speak to somebody. I would generally run an idea past my accountant, for instance, regarding certain businesses. But that said, let's get on. I'm an educator. I'm here to teach you a little bit about the platform and what I know about the platform. The good news is the CEO and co-founder of this company is Mr. Brian Benson from California. Brian started off when he left school in the banking industry. He became a trader at Morgan Stanley, one of the very well-renowned banks in the United States. And from there, then he moved into the cryptocurrency world and worked for Binance. With Binance, he was the director for Latin America. He was responsible for opening up many of the LATAM countries, for instance, Mexico, Peru, Colombia, Argentina, Brazil. He opened all of South America, and a very well-respected guy. He's into tech. His job was to open the exchanges, was to do the legal compliance in the different countries. So he's got a lot of experience, and that's very, very important for all of us, that we have someone of this caliber steering the ship here at AURUM. If you haven't heard of him, I've actually done a Google on him. Brian Benson Binance was my Google search. And then I pressed images. I just wanted to see, was it the same Brian Benson that we're talking about here? And I was very pleased to see, yes, he's all over. He's all over Google. A real person, not an actor, a guy with, a lot of people have a lot of respect. We did some due diligence on him. We know a billionaire in South America who knows him personally and said he's a fantastic guy. Did a great job at Binance, but now here he is at AURUM developing a new exchange for the, I suppose, the global adoption of cryptocurrency. Since the Trump, administration came into power, there appears to be a lot of, I suppose, confidence now in blockchain, a lot of confidence in cryptocurrency. It's quite popular with all the big finance houses like BlackRock and Strategy with Michael Saylor. Everybody seems to be very, very positive in the present bull run with cryptocurrency. And we're delighted now that Brian is a trader himself, but he also has that experience of developing a large company such as Binance. And let's hope he can do the same job here at AURUM. We also noted that Forbes, which is a very reputable media company, has written an article that includes AURUM in it, which says AURUM provides institutional grade trading. And that's very, very positive as well. And then another string in their bow is the relationship between the card issuer Visa and AURUM. And as you can see in the picture here, when you get co-branded your company with Visa, you can believe me, there's a lot of due diligence, a lot of regulatory work in the background on. Obviously, the issuer and the bank would need to know the ownership and control of AURUM, all the regulations, and therefore we can assume there's been some KYB conducted. KYB means know your business. KYC means know your customer. So to that degree, we're very, very pleased to see the Visa and the AURUM relationship. We're very pleased to see it on Forbes, and we're very pleased that it's Brian Benson from Binance. And when you combine all of that, there's the potential here for something great. We also noticed that Mr. Benson does write on the Forbes Council, the Finance Council. He wrote an article here called "Fix the Money with Technology," and you could fix the world because the present world is broken. The money system has been broken for many, many years. When the gold standard was separated gold from the fiat currency, it used to be that the Federal Reserve, it used to be that the central banks, they could not print paper money that we're used to in our currencies in our countries unless they had an equal amount of gold backing that currency. So it was the gold-backed dollar. That was destroyed in 1971. That separated, and it allowed companies and countries to print money. And many countries have gone into bankruptcy, into hyperinflation. The likes of Mugabe, the likes of Venezuela. There's many countries have actually gone into hyperinflation. Their currencies destroyed. It also creates crashes and inflation, hyperinflation, deflation. Many instruments are created by the printing of money, which has a negative effect, guys, on all of us. But with technology such as blockchain and AI, there's a fixed supply of the money. For instance, Bitcoin, there are 21 million. There'll never be 22 million. And that's very positive because the blockchain is very transparent. It's a digital ledger. It's a great product. And Brian's writes about that. So doing all of my due diligence, of course, you're very entitled to do your own. I was able then to go and meet Mr. Benson. I spent 3 days with him and his wife. We had breakfast with them, we had lunch with them, we had evening meals with them. We spent a lot of time. We asked a lot of questions. We came away very satisfied. What I want you to listen to now is 20 seconds of what I think is really something that got my attention. This gentleman has been interviewed many times. And I've just caught this little segment for about 15 seconds, guys. It's incredible. What he's talking about is he's already been involved in the unicorn known as Binance. It's a multi-billion-dollar company. Brian now wants to build a billion-dollar business here as well. So he's now left Binance. So that's the first thing. He wants to build a billion-dollar business. Number two, he wants to create 1,000 millionaires in the process. So when you listen to this, maybe with the information we share with you and the products that we have, maybe you might choose to take on the challenge and maybe aim towards doing something great for yourselves with this opportunity. Let's have a listen to Brian.
I think if I have to sum it up in one word, it's ecosystem. At AURUM, we're building an ecosystem, and we're really trying to focus on getting this thing to a unicorn status. And what I like to say is we want to create 1,000 millionaires. And so if we can do that, then that will be a billion-dollar business. That will be a unicorn, and we'll be very excited if we can accomplish that. And we're well on our way to that. So
there you go, a billion-dollar business, 1,000 millionaires. If that resonates with yourself, roll your sleeves up, guys. Grab his coattail and let's go to work. I was also fortunate to meet Gulnara, who's the market development director. I did not meet Ahmed Zain, who is the marketing director. However, I did have several conversations with him on Zoom like this. I didn't meet him personally, and I look forward to that coming up at the next event. The background team come from a really fintech background. We're looking at coming from Wise, if you're familiar with Wise Exchange, OKX, BitGet, a really good pedigree here. Also coming from IBM, Morgan Stanley, and of course Binance. I think that the foundation of the corporate team here does give us a real good chance here in the marketplace. This statement here, you've probably seen a lot of times. I've seen this 20 years ago. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you're probably going to have to keep working until you die. So we're all looking to find a product that could actually make us money when we sleep. And I think, guys, we might just have found that. I went to bed last night. When I woke up this morning, I'd earned more money. Yeah, I had my lunch a while ago. After dinner, I checked my account. I'd made more money. So when you can get a product that can make you money without you having to put in that effort, put in that labor, put in that workload, put in that time, then you may have something special. I think that's what we have here at AURUM. To get involved, there is a $20, just slightly less than $20, gives you full access to the suite of products. They have 7-8 products, I'd say, at this stage, and you can use all of the products. However, except the Visa card. The Visa card, you would need to buy the Visa card if you want that. However, to use the platform is just $20 for the year. And I think that's very acceptable. We know what a gymnasium membership for the year might cost. We know what a golf course subscription might cost. But for $20 to have an ecosystem with multiple products that can benefit us, I think $20 is very acceptable. It also means that if they build 1 million customers or 2 million customers into this platform, well, what's 1 million times $20? It's $20 million. So now we have a company that's fluid, a company that's strong, a company that can support its staff, its development, its marketing, its customer support, its server fees, its product development, all of that without impinging on any of the trading money that they make as well. So I think this is a great opportunity for $20. Let's take a quick look at some of the products. I'm only prepared to talk about the products I've used. I'm not prepared to talk about products I have not yet tried. As I said, there's 6, 7, 8 products. I think I've tried 3 or 4 of them, and I'm happy to share those with you because I have a little bit of experience No different than, if I asked you to recommend me a restaurant and you pointed to a restaurant across the street and I said, well, what's the food like? And you said, well, I haven't eaten in it. I go, well, okay, you're sending me to a restaurant, you haven't eaten it. Well, I'd prefer a better recommendation. So therefore, because I've used these products myself, I'm fit to recommend them. Okay, so next thing is the EXI product. This is my favorite product. It is their best product. It's incredible. It has about 2 years data, and the 2 years data is phenomenal. It's got over 400% in 2 years. If we go back and look at the monthly results, we can see that from even going back to March 23, it did about 13% for the month. If we move on to April, it was about 18%. May was 11%, June 15%, July 9% was the least they did in a month. And whilst those are very, very positive results, it is a little bit what I would call choppy. And if you look on the right-hand side of your screen, you'll see that it's much more smoother. It's much more consistent recently. And the reason for that is it's the AI. The AI has a time to operate. The AI learns itself. It learns from previous situations. It learns from all the data that's fed into it from every exchange, every news channel, every social media platform. All of that data comes in. And just like ChatGPT, when you type something, it can create everything you look for in milliseconds. This AI can make, I think they told me something like 10,000 decisions in 1 second. And very, very intelligent stuff, but it must keep learning. I can also tell you that the technology, the bots, they don't run on their own. They are actually overseen by one, if not two traders whilst trading. And they don't operate all day long. They're turned on at selective times throughout the day. You might only receive, 5, 6, or 7 trades in a whole day. So the bots are only turned on at certain peak times. And that means the trading team don't have to be sitting staring at monitors, looking at screens and getting googly-eyed, as you could imagine from a trading perspective. They only need to oversee the bots when they're operating. It might only be for 25 minutes in one session. It could be 15 minutes in another session. We'll have a look at that in just a moment. Now, whilst the results are great, the bad news for all of us is we don't get those results. Those results is what the bots are operating at. And you could say in around 17.5% could be seen as an average recently for the trading results. We don't get that, as I said. What we get is determined by the deposit we make to our accounts. So let's say you open an account tonight and you popped in $110. You'll fall into that first category there. $110 would be in here somewhere in the middle. You're going to enjoy rewards in around 10% a month, which is very, very good. If you could imagine you popped in $400 or $726 or $903, anywhere in that region, you're going to enjoy profits of in around about 11%. If you can go to a higher category, let's say 1,400, 2,106, you're going to get 12%. And therefore, you probably heard me using funny numbers there. There are no set packages like $100 package at 300 or 500, 1,000. Nothing of that sort. You can put in any amount. Certainly, it has to be over $100, but any amount. It could be a fraction. It could be $9,406.22. Something as ridiculous as that. So when you deposit, that will determine the benefit that you're going to get. Two other things just on this slide is if your account is traded up. In other words, let's say you put in $240 as a test, and 3 days later you logged in and your account had matured to $270. Well, then it would start getting the benefits of 11% because the account had grown to a higher threshold. So there's one way you can actually trade or compound your way up to a higher benefit. The other thing you could do is you could top up your existing account. So as we know, some people, they maybe don't get paid to the end of the month. They might have $300 or $400 trading now, and at the end of the month, they're able to add an extra little bit on top. So at that point, you can actually top up to a higher threshold as well. The good thing here, what I liked about this was it's quite obvious that the company's making lots of money, because when customers are enjoying 10%, what's happening is the company is getting the spread. It's getting the difference. It's getting that 7%. Or for those that benefit from 11%, the company's still getting 6%. For those of us that benefit of 12%, the company's getting 5%. So they're always making money. And this is what the banks have done all our lives. They've taken our money and given us very little for it. They've used that in the markets, made lots of money, and kept that to themselves. Here, folk like ourselves can now enjoy the benefits of this technology, and it's quite exciting. The bulk of the customers, I believe, will be in the $100 range up to the $4,999. You probably agree with me. The bulk of customers will probably be from $100 to $4,999, somewhere in that zone. And therefore, that's where the company makes most of its money. The larger type customers are less beneficial to the company because they're getting a better rate, of course, they've got higher accounts. And 70% presently of all trading is from the higher customers. 30% is coming from customers like ourselves. So with that said, guys, let's have a look at an account. I'm going to show you an account with the EXI bot. This account was started in, let's have a look here, on the 10th of April this year, 4 months ago. The account was opened with $10,000, and this is just an example of one account. But you can see by the 16th of May, just 5 weeks later, that account had achieved 23%. Okay, so the $10,000 was sitting at 12,360. Okay, so the next screenshot of this particular account, it is the same account number. You can see there ending in 1972. It was started on the 10th of April, but now we're looking at the 24th of June. So you can see on the right-hand side where that timestamp has come from, the 24th of June at 1:38. The account had enjoyed benefits now of over 5,500 of profit. So the 10,000 is now $15,500. So that's a 10-week period for 55% gain, which is really, really spectacular. The next timestamp was done a month ago on the 10th of July. You can see the account has grown from $10,000 now up to $17,000, 74% rewards. And then if we take the last screen print, that was just done 4 days ago on the 10th of August. So when we're looking at from the 10th of April to the 10th of August, it's exactly 4 months. It's exactly 16 weeks. And you can see there, the account has doubled itself. It's gone from $10,000 to $20,000. So that's just a hypothetical example of an account. It really is determined by your deposit and what you can manage and the rate that it receives. It's also, the account will be reflected in whether you decide to compound your profits to your principal or whether you prefer to withdraw your profits. So if you require cash flow, let's say you need money coming into the house every day, every week, well, then you wouldn't compound. So the reinvest button you would have in the off position. So all the profits would go to your account to withdraw every day. You can add your profits or take your profits out onto the Visa card, which allows you to go to the stores and spend the profit. Or you could choose to withdraw to a USDT wallet of your choice. This is the USDT EXI bot that we're speaking about here. So lots of options, lots of control for the customers. One of the questions I always get is, well, what does it cost to withdraw? And that is a very valid question. And when can I withdraw is the next question. Actually, well, you can withdraw every day your profit if you wish. And the cost of that withdrawal will be 1% plus $1. 1% plus $1. So very affordable. In terms of the principal on this particular account, you'd be looking at taking out your principal either on the 1st, 10th, or 20th of any month. Okay, so you can take it out whenever you wish. There is an early retirement fee on this particular account, but they do have other bots that don't have that. And you can get more information from the person that shared this link with you tonight. So what we're looking at here and what we've looked at so far is just what we call the EXI bot, the most popular, I would say. They do have other products trading as well. Let me introduce you to the EXI Pro bot. Now, it's conducted on Telegram. Telegram is let's call it a decentralized communication channel, a bit like WhatsApp, but Telegram. I'm not a big user of Telegram, but subsequently, since this opportunity came onto the desk, I've started to use Telegram. So here on Telegram, you can actually go over there and set up a trading account as well. And the EXI Pro is trading multiple pairs in USDT. The benefits are not just as great as the EXI Pro that we've looked at tonight, but there are other merits to it because you can withdraw your profit and your principal at any time, any day. So if you needed your money in an emergency for, let's say, health reasons or financial issues at home, if you did need to access your principal, with the EXI Pro, you can just take that out anytime you want, no lockup at all. So it is a good product. There is a rule. And the rule is this, that you can't have any more in EXI Pro than you have in EXI Bot. In other words, if you had $200 over here on the left-hand side, the maximum you can put into Pro is $200. If you have $10,000 over in the bot, EXI bot, then you could put up to $10,000 in this. So it's all about flexibility and what you might need to run your own household. We do have a customer who had some funds set aside for doing an extension in their home. So the money was sitting there doing nothing, but they didn't want to commit it for any period of time. So in that respect, the EXI Pro Bot was a great product where they could put it in for a week and take it out if they wanted it or needed it. They could put it in for a month and take it out if they wanted as well. So that's a great product over there. The next product is called the Zeus Bot. Again, another good product, but it only features Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, Pepe, and the BNB Binance token. So it only trades 5 separate pairs. So this product is great for those people that might have a little bit of Bitcoin sitting on the side, or maybe a little bit of Ethereum, and it's maybe not working for you. It's maybe sitting on exchange, doing nothing except going up and down with the market. Maybe you have it offline somewhere in cold storage, and you'd just like to put that to work. Well, you can do that, and you can access it anytime you want, no limits. So you can put it in for a day and take it out next day. You can put it in for a week and take it out for a week. So these are great products as well. So let me show you an account here on Telegram. To get access in the Telegram account, you search for AURUM Neobank, you open the application. Again, that's where you can order your Visa card if you need a Visa card. The Visa card is very useful for stopping the bot, taking your profit out and going to the shop. You don't need to go and find somebody to cash out. It's a brilliant off-ramping solution. I'm very, very pleased with this product. But I'm going to show you an account now that initiated itself on the 31st of May. So that's about 10 weeks ago. The account opened at 0.7 BTC. And if you look at the screen here where my mouse is, you can see it's now 0.81. So at this period of time, it had made 0.11. Okay, so it started at 0.7, and now you can see it's at 0.81. If you keep looking at the screen, I'm going to press the button here. You see it moved up to 0.82. It then went to 0.84. It went all the way up to 0.85, 86, 87. And I believe the account is now 0.8, but I just haven't got a screenshot of that for you. And it shows you that you can take any small piece of Bitcoin, even if it's 0.0001, and let it grow and grow and grow and grow. So if you want to follow the journey with this particular account, please come back to us on a regular basis. We'll keep showing you this. We're taking this 0.7 Bitcoin to 1 full Bitcoin. We're going on a journey, taking 0.7 of a Bitcoin, and we're watching it gradually trade up to 1 full Bitcoin. That's the purpose of this demonstration here. So fabulous. So the profit is 0.17 at this stage, which is over $20,000. And that's without customers. That's without doing Zoom calls. That's totally passive income. There's no obligation for anybody to share this with anyone else. You can just use these products for your own advantage. There's no necessity or obligation for you to share it with anybody. However, if you feel it's good and you feel others could benefit, well, then that's your prerogative. You do get an affiliate link if you wish. It's already in your account. Whether you decide to use it or not, that's entirely up to yourself. In terms of the trading itself, some people like to see, when did the trade happen? How did it happen? Where did it happen? And in the Telegram, you can actually open any of these links, and it actually shows you some information about the particular trade. If we look at the date here, we're looking at the 13th of April. Bitcoin was down at 85,000 back then, guys. We should have sold our houses. We should have sold our houses, got into Bitcoin, and now you could sell the Bitcoin and buy your house back, and you'd have plenty of Bitcoin. It's incredible. 85,000 4 months ago. Anyway, you can go check that out in Google. So this is a live, or was a live event that happened on the Telegram bot. You can see the spread, the profit and loss, the date, and the bot was only turned on for 5 minutes, from 3:59 to 4:04. And when you click on the Binance link there, that would pull you directly to the Binance BTC stroke USDT trading on Binance where the trade occurred. We took some more screenshots here. We can see now we're looking at the 26th of June, Bitcoin's now up to 107. Then it went up to 109. Then it went up to 117. I'm sure we know where it is today. You can see this trade was done on the 13th of July. The bot was on for 8:55 to 9:10, 15 minutes on this occasion. So it's only turned on for short periods of time daily at advantageous times when markets are opening and markets are doing incredible things. There needs to be a little bit of volatility in the market to make profit. You can see now that this trade occurred on the OKX platform as well. So I'd like to show you now just 2 other accounts. these belong to customers. I actually know both of the owners of these accounts. The account on the left was a customer belonging to a friend of mine. And after a call with Mr. Brian Benson from Binance, this customer was happy to put a Bitcoin into the Zeus spot. On the right-hand side, another great customer here, ex-bank manager for 17 years. After a call with Brian Benson, he put in 2.75 Bitcoin trading. So just shows you that at the higher end of things, we have big customers using this technology. Let's talk briefly about the card, because that's a great product as well. On Google Pay, Apple Pay, you can have the virtual version, but to order the card, you get it on the Telegram app. It's the mini app over there. The native apps will be available very soon on Apple and on Google. So look forward to that announcement where you don't have to go to Telegram. You can get it directly from there. Here's the good news. No KYC required. What does that mean? Well, we don't need a passport from you, a utility bill. We don't need a credit check. We don't need, it's no KYC, which is incredible. And a $100,000 top-up limit. So if you required more than that, and I don't know many people that would need more than $100,000, but if you did require them, maybe somebody wants to buy a house, maybe somebody wants to buy a fancy car, you do have to KYC if you go over that 100,000 a month limit. The top-up fees are very, very reasonable, guys. 2.2%, incredible. And the good news, all of that is distributed to the network. So it doesn't go to Visa, it doesn't go to AURUM. The loading fees for your entire customer base is shared with this community, which is brilliant. So you could actually build a business with this card. You could get paid when people go and buy their groceries, people go shopping for clothes, people withdraw for the ATM, people put diesel or petrol or gas in their cars. You could be actually getting paid if you build a community sharing this card with them.
AURUM Neobank is a next-generation financial ecosystem with a fully integrated cycle. Top up your balance, earn through the trading bot, spend with your card, and restart the loop. Choose from 4 card tiers: Nova, Imperium, World Elite, and Infinity. Each unlocks access to cryptocurrency payments, low fees, and premium rewards. No verification required. Minimal fees. Physical card included. Higher transaction limits. Take control of your finances and grow your wealth with AURUM Neobank.
There you go. Great product. And I suppose because this is an overview, we don't really need to go into all the mechanics and all the details. But if you like what you see, if you like what you hear, why not get registered, come to one of our trainings. And as a member, then we'll be able to show you a lot more detail. We can go into a lot more detail about this. The card I'm likely to promote will be only the Infinity card. It's the best card. So if you're the type of person that likes to live in the best house in the neighborhood, if you're the type of person that likes to drive the best car in the neighborhood, if you want the person with the best crypto card, you want to be thinking about the Infinity. Why? No KYC, $100,000 limit, best commission available on that card, and lowest fees. So there's a number of reasons why you might feature that card. You can also, as I said, if you build a client base using this card, you can be the beneficiary of their top-ups as well. So I remember in 1988, was it 1988 or 1998? 1998, I got involved in the telecommunication industry. And what we were doing is we were moving customers from the incumbent, the main carrier in the country. We were moving them to a new supplier, and we were giving them a discount on their phone service. And as a reward for building that customer base, I was getting like 2% on household bills, and I was getting paid 4% on any shops or businesses that came onto the service. So I was building this income based on phone billing. But can you imagine building the same type of business now? When people go shopping, you get paid. When people go to the ATM, you get paid. They pay the phone bill, you get paid. They go on holidays, you get paid. Because if people load this card and it's one of your customers, Infinity level steep, there's an opportunity for you to make money when people are shopping, and this is sensational. I don't want any of you to focus on this right now. You need to focus on the first product I've spoken about, that EXA bot. If you're on that product in week 1, week 2, you might look at the other products on the Zeus bot, and week 3 is the week to go for your card. There's a number of reasons for that. Who needs a card if you've no money to put on it? So why not get the bot working? Why not make some money and withdraw your money to the card? So that's why I suggest do it in a 3-step phase. Right, try it rather than trying to take on board everything in one bite. It's like eating your starters, your main course, and your meal in one go. Start with your starters, which is the XI bot. Move over to the main course, which is the Pro on Telegram and the Zeus bot, and then maybe week 3 have your dessert. Get your card, because now you'll have some profits to add to the card, and off you go shopping. So do it like that is my recommendation. I'd like to show you the card working, and John, our co-host tonight, is responsible for these 2 videos. These 2 videos have made me a fortune. Thank you so much, John. It's John using the card for the first time in the UK. Please note, there's no name on the card. Can you see that? Here we go.
Right, here we go. First transaction in the UK for the AURUM card. Let's see this working. Authorised. Happy days.
And like people are saying, well, what's so special about that? Well, what's special about that is John has his money in the bot trading. He didn't spend his money. He took out his profit. He still has his money trading. He hasn't touched his money, but he's buying milk. He's buying car parking. He's buying clothes. He's putting petrol in the car, but he still has his money. He hasn't spent his money. He's only took the profit from the bot and put it on the card. So he's living for free with the card.
Here we go then. Second official transaction.
No, purple and white. Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you, Mina.
I think it's the physicality of having a card, because it's something people understand that's going to make this business exciting. You know, when people know they can go and tap their phone and pay for goods using cryptocurrency, when they know they have a physical card to swipe or to insert into the ATM, it's the physicality of this that gives us a tangible business rather than a digital AI business. I think this is a great product that's going to accelerate this company. Anyway, that's enough about the card. Let's just finish now with the compensation plan. So we've talked about Brian Benson from Binance. We've looked at what the newspapers are saying, the media companies, particularly Forbes. We did a Google search on him. We interviewed him. We met him. What else did we do? We see the relationship with Visa and AURUM. So it's all sounding wonderful. We've tried the products. That's working nicely. The withdrawals are working fabulously as well. So now we're going to talk about how you could build a little business from home by sharing this idea with others if you wish. If you've no interest in that, you're free to go. The presentation is over. We've taken 30 minutes of your life to explain our great products. But if you'd like to stay on and learn how you could build some extra money to help you develop, maybe you don't have much money to trade. And through this part, you could maybe gather some money to put into the trading bots to make even more. So it's not for everybody, but it's free. It doesn't cost anything to join. Affiliate programs are very popular. Apple have one. If you go to Apple's website, go to the very bottom. There's a link down there that says Apple affiliate program or affiliate link. You click on that. And when you register with Apple and you start promoting products, Apple products that you like, Apple give you rewards for sharing information. Lots of the companies are doing it now, and AURUM have decided to have an affiliate program as well. There are 15 ranks. I'm not going to cover them all tonight. I'm going to give you an overview of the first few so you understand what happens. The first rank is called Nova. The Nova means new. The new star in the sky is called the Nova Star. So you are the new star in the business. If you decided to bring a customer or share this idea with someone, you're going to get 3% of the deposit or the load into the platform. The only stipulation is you should have a personal contribution of minimum $100 trading yourself. Brian Benson is very strong about this. He says, I don't want people out marketing cards if they don't have a card themselves. I don't want people sharing this business if they're not using the product themselves. He said, there's nobody better than a happy existing customer to promote any product or service. And therefore, if you have a $100 minimum in your own account, well, at least you're hardly going to tell anybody if you don't like it. It's more that you have you are a customer, you are using it, you are seeing it working, you are benefiting. So therefore your recommendation is coming much stronger. So the minimum requirement is $100 in your own account. And this means, ladies and gentlemen, anybody from essentially all over the world can now become an affiliate with the program. It's very, very affordable, and it's going to change a lot of lives for a lot of people who get excited about this. But you get 3% on all your customers. If you have one customer or 9 or 4 or 18 or 2,000, doesn't matter. you're getting 3% on the deposits. Of course, nobody wants 3% because there is situations available to get a pay rise. And who doesn't want a pay rise? Just like your traditional job or career, you might start off on the ground floor of the shop and the boss might promote you 6 or 8 months later to supervisor. Maybe a year and a half working for the company, they might say, hey, you're doing a great job. I'd like to promote you to manager. Maybe 3 years as manager, they would like you to represent area manager for a number of stores in the location. Yeah. And then you might be ultimately 10 years down the line, become a director. So each category, each rank in your traditional career, job, or business comes with a pay rise. Here, it also comes with a pay rise, but you don't have to put in the time. You can dictate your pay rise when you want it. Okay. So if you want to go Voyager, you can be Voyager tonight. Because all you need is one customer that does $7,500 or more, and you are Voyager. Now, maybe you don't have a customer like that. Maybe you have a customer that only can do $100. Well, that's fine. So you only need 7,400 left. You might have another customer who does 100, so there's $200. But one of those customers might bring a customer. It's the accumulation of all trading volume in the EXI bot, that first product I showed you. When the total combination of all your customers is 7,500, you get the pay rise. And the pay rise is 5% instead of 3%. And the pay rise also means that if your customers are using, say, ZooSpot or the Pro, you're going to get 5% when they're trading their Bitcoin. You're going to get 5% on Ethereum. You're going to get 5% matching bonus every day, guys. Matching bonus every day on the profits. So you get paid on the deposit, but now you're getting paid a daily matching bonus on your team to infinity levels deep, provided you're the only Voyager on the line. If there's another Voyager on the line, you need to move on to Vanguard. Anyway, again, the good news is you don't need any more than $100 trading. You do get a $100 bonus as well. So you get a $100 cash bonus plus the pay rise. Now, of course, who wants 5% when there's 7? How do you get 7%? Very simple. When the total team trading volume is $25,000 in total, you know, that could be 3 customers, 1 customer, 10 customers, 15 customers, 400 customers, doesn't matter. When the accumulation is $25,000, you get 7% on your own customers. If somebody else brings a customer, you get 4%. Now, why is that? Well, if you bring a customer, you get 7%. But let's say I was your customer and I shared it with my friend Tom. Because I'm Nova, because I'm new, I get 3% on Tom's account. But you get the difference between 7 and 3. You get 4% on Tom's account. You don't know Tom. And if I bring 20 customers, you get that on all of my customers. But you also now get 7.5% matching bonus on all my customers as well. Every time they make profit every day, you make 7.5% of that, which is incredible as well. And it's just more of the same, guys. It's an accumulation of trading volume that increases your rank in the business, and you get a cash bonus with every promotion. So then you get $1,000 bonus, $2,000 bonus, 5,000, 10,000. Guys, it goes all the way up 20,000, 50,000, 100,000. There's something here from everyone. Last night we had some fabulous testimonies that people were within 2 weeks hitting 3, 4, 5 ranks. It's incredible. But again, we'll cover more of that in training. We do training on this link on Sunday evening, same time, this link, training. We reserve that for people that are in the business, not really for guests, because this one is for the guests. But if you want to get on board, if you want to get your account up and running, why don't you come along to the training? So we're going to finish tonight with evidence of some of the withdrawals, because that's very, very important. How do we withdraw? When do we withdraw? What does it cost to withdraw? And what are the withdrawals like? So you can see here, this account on the 19th of April withdrew 0.1 BTC. Okay. You've got the wallet address, you've got the hash ID there as well. And these hash IDs have been taken by a blockchain expert, and they've traced them right back to the exchanges they're trading on. So that came back very, very positive. You can put it into the Block Explorer and track these right back to the exchange. Anyway, on the 27th of April, there was a $500 withdrawal made. A month later, that's the 27th of May, there was a $5,000 withdrawal made. 2 days after that, on the 29th, you can see 4,500. On the 17th of June, there was $10,000 withdrawal. That's just one page. Next page, where were we? With 10,000 on the 17th. So the next one was a 2 million Pepe was withdrawn on the 27th of June. And 3 minutes after that test withdrawal was made, there was 19 million Pepe withdrawn 3 minutes later. You can see from 22.27 to 22.30, 3 minutes later. What's more interesting is the USDT withdrawal. So here on the 4th of July, Independence Day, 3,500, 20,000 on the 7th of July. And the interesting thing is, you can put this on the card, press the button and put it onto the card if you want to spend it, or you can save it or store it or move it to an exchange of your choice, whether that's centralized, decentralized. What we're looking at on the screen here, is I'll bring it back again, is the Trust Wallet. This is a decentralized platform, and you can see that $20,000 returned 19,799. So you can see the withdrawal fee was just 1%. See, 1% of $20,000 is 200. So it's 1% plus $1. That's why there's $201 gone. Some platforms charge 5%, 6%, 10%. Some platforms charge $2,000 they would take. Here, it was 1%. Fabulous. And of course, we can see there's that 20,000 again. Then there was more Pepe taken out. Then there was $4,000 taken out on the 15th of July, 16th of July, next day, 2,500. More Pepe coming out on August, 6th of August, 16,000. Let's take a look at that one. Again, onto the Trust Wallet from 16,000 withdrawal, the client received 15,839. So 1% is $160. That's all, plus the dollar. It's incredible. So the fees are very, very, very low. There is a promotion running which ends tomorrow night, but I believe on Saturday, the CEO, Mr. Brian Benson, has some announcements to make. It's a mid-month Zoom call that he's going to do. Please find the link to that. It's going to be at 6 p.m. Dubai time on Saturday. That will be 3 p.m. UK. Jump onto that call if you're in the business and find out what he's going to announce. We believe there's going to be an extension to the qualifying period for this promotion. This is a trip to Phuket. You can receive between $750 and $3,000 towards your flights. On arrival, you get picked up in very special VIP transportation, taken to a 5-star resort. You will not be required to have a wallet or purse. That won't be required, because your food, your drink, your hotel, your entertainment will all be covered if you qualify for this. Not so much that that's important. I think what's more important, why I want to qualify, is because I want to spend some more time with Brian Benson. I want to find out more about the man, about his goals, about his vision. I want to meet the traders, the trading team, the management team, the tech team. I want to meet leaders from around the world and people like yourselves. If we could spend a few days in October in the sun and enjoy the fruits of our labor, I'd love to meet all of you there if you can qualify for that. It is difficult. I'm not going to say it's easy, but anything worthwhile in life is difficult. So break your back, go for it, guys. You'll not regret it. And of course, the more people you get here, in your team, your business will hit the stratosphere when you come back out of this event, because they're going to launch new products. We'll probably hear some information about the exchange going live. They're getting involved in real world assets, if you know what that is. RWAs, that's a real estate project in Dubai, where we can buy fractionalized property ownership. Like you could buy $100 worth in a hotel, and as that hotel makes money and rents out the rooms, you could get profits from a very small contribution. So there's a real world asset deal being put together for this community. We might find more about the AURUM token. Now, if you know what the BNB token is, the Binance coin, it started 8 years ago at 8 cents. Today, it's over $600. So that's on Binance. Well, Brian Benson comes from Binance. He's doing the AURUM exchange, which is going to launch soon. And there will be the AURUM token. So here's another opportunity for us, not just with the great products and tools I've shared with you tonight, but in the future, there's a roadmap for more growth, more products, more opportunities for all of us. So if you like what you're hearing, please do get back to the person who invited you here tonight. Get your very valid questions answered. Get started for something small if that suits you. $100, $200. Just try it out. You'll get your first profits tomorrow if you can do it tonight before midnight. That would be midnight UK. If you can do it, so you've got 9 o'clock, 10, 11, you have 3 hours. If you can have your account funded in the next 3 hours, you'll have your first profits tomorrow. If you're going to think about it longer than that, you're not going to get your first profits tomorrow. It'll be the day after. So make a decision, get off the fence, try it out, enjoy it, learn about the back office, try that first product only. Maybe next week, explore the other 2 products that I shared with you tonight. And then the following week, hey, go get Big Daddy. Big Daddy is very important that we can go start spending our profits, spending our money, living our lives on our terms with this great cryptocurrency Visa card. And if you have any other interested parties, please do come back and attend my Zooms. We do them Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. On this link, on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, we use this link. On Wednesday, we use a different one. We're going to try and amalgamate to a more centralized link in a bigger room, obviously, because there's a lot of people who didn't get into this last night. And now they're not getting in tonight again. So we apologize for that. And attend the training on Sunday evening. Again, give you a good start in your business. And I suppose the best thing I could say to you is do what's necessary between now and this time next year. Be here, attend every event, do what's necessary to progress inside the business. And I think you'll be very pleased this time, 12 months. So with that said, that is the presentation over. Thank you again. You guys have done a great job with so many people here. I wish you all every success. Wednesday nights, we're going to do testimony night. We don't do testimonies on the other 3 nights just because it absorbs too much time in our day. You know, we'd run into over an hour and a half. We want to keep it under an hour. We've been 45 minutes, guys. You've received a lot of information, particularly the new people. We appreciate your time. We appreciate you being with us tonight. And we look forward to working with you in the future. And thanks again. We'll see you again Sunday night for training. Get registered and come to the training. We'll see you then. Thanks, everyone. Have a great rest of your evening. Goodbye.